What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Landon Strauss with your latest video game news and updates, and let's get on to the updates that have been taking place in the news in the last couple of weeks. So pretty much the first thing I want to talk about is the two brand new Nintendo Switch consoles apparently coming this summer. There's been reporting of two brand new Switch consoles, one being more powerful and one being more portable, coming this summer according to Wall Street Journal. Now, if you remember back late last year, this was actually already brought up and talked about, but this is being even more reconfirmed and saying that it's coming this summer, which I would predict would be right after the Nintendo E3 presentation. And if you know Nintendo, when it comes to hardware enhancements such as a brand new 3DS or the new 2DS XL, stuff like that, they normally release it a couple of months after the announcement, and this seems to be kind of the same thing happening here. And I expect this to be announced during E3 and not just a Nintendo Direct. This is kind of, you know, a big thing that Nintendo wants to push, but not too big where they can release it in a couple of months. But apparently you're going to be getting a brand new Pro version, or you can pick out a sleeker, smaller handheld version. There's no confirmation on this at the moment, but that's what everything is pointing at. Now, we don't know if the Pro version is going to run higher, like an extremely higher quality of games, such as like 4K gaming, or if that's even possible for a console that small. But that would be really, really cool. But what we're thinking is that the portable one is just going to be a smaller, maybe non-detachable Joy-Con type of console where it's really heavily focused on taking it on the go. It's more user-friendly, but no word on that yet, and we're going to have to wait till E3 to get more information on that. Next up, we have apparent more information on upcoming DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We have a data mine leak from Mizumi on Twitter saying one of the files for World of Light has 16 dummy slots, with one of them being used for Plant. Now, this is pretty much saying something amazing or saying nothing at all. We really just don't know at the moment. But as of right now, what this is kind of confirming is that there's technically 15 more slots for characters, and we already know 5 of those are taken up for characters such as Joker and the rest of the first pack that we were going to be getting. This is questioning, is there going to be multiple other packs in the future? Are we going to be getting more characters? And obviously, I hope so. This opens the door for so many other characters and so many fan favorites and stuff like that. And I think Nintendo would be silly to not go this route. With the Switch being one of the biggest platforms I think Nintendo's going to work with, they said that they expect the Switch to work around 7 to 8 more years, which is incredible for the lifespan of a console. But obviously the Switch is doing Nintendo justice, and when they want to keep that afloat, especially with Smash Ultimate being the ultimate version of Smash Bros. And Sakurai stating himself, if they move on to another Smash game, they would have to dumb down the characters and the roster and how everything plays and change up the formula. So obviously Nintendo wants to bang out as many characters and make this exactly what they said it was, the ultimate version of Smash. And what better way to do so is to have tons of more characters and updates for the game. That would be awesome, and right now it's looking like that might actually happen. So it looks like maybe a year of 5 characters, and then another year of 5 characters, and then potentially another year of 5 characters, or this means nothing. So we're just gonna have to wait for the future to find out. Mario Maker 2 is coming up on the horizon as it enters our stores and in our hands on June, but apparently Amazon UK has begun emailing customers who pre-ordered the game with its orders that will be shipped on June 14th on accident. So apparently June 14th is the day for Super Mario Maker 2 to come out, which is not a big deal because we're expecting it in June anyway, since Nintendo have already announced it, and then we probably will get more information on that game soon in an upcoming Nintendo Direct or potentially just E3. So I'm really excited to get my hands on that, and it's just another little confirmation that the game's probably coming on June 14th with all these leakings, but if not, it'll be around the same time either way. In the recent Indies Direct, Nintendo announced a lot of cool games coming to the Switch, being third-party or even first-party games, and lots of these games were actually pretty cool. They opened the show off with, of course, Cuphead coming to the Nintendo Switch, which we pretty much already had rumored and leaked, and we even had the rumor of him coming into Smash Bros. So let's see if that lines up at all. But along with Cuphead, we ended the show with something called Cadence of Hyrule. Now, Cadence of Hyrule is actually from a pre-existing game called The Crypt of the Necrodancer. And the Cadence of Hyrule is a Zelda inspired cameo for this game, and it looks pretty cool. It's pretty much a rhythm action adventure game in the world of Legend of Zelda. and you pretty much explore randomly generated overworld dungeons to save Hyrule as Link or Princess Zelda. You'll use items from the Legend of Zelda series, plus spells and weapons from the Crypt of the Necrodancer game. So I've never really played the previous Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I'm actually really interested in this game. Of course, it includes Zelda, who wouldn't be? You outstep legendary enemies and bosses in rhythmic combat, and what's really cool is that you get to keep the beat with 25 remixed classic Legend of Zelda tunes. So that's really cool. It's pretty much like a Rhythm Heaven kind of adventure style game. And I think this was a really cool idea for a type of gameplay. And I actually was a big fan of looking at that trailer and looking at the gameplay. It looks pretty interesting. So I'm really excited on that. There's no release date currently for the Cadence of Hyrule, but it is said to release this spring. But Cuphead, although, will be releasing April 18th, which is coming up right on us. This Friday, the 29th, Yoshi's Crafted World comes to consoles all around the world. I am super excited to play this game, and this is more of just a channel update for those of you that are really interested in me playing the game. I will be live streaming the game Friday night for you guys to come in and check it out, and I'll probably end up beating it, knowing me and my friends. We love to play through games as much and as quick as we can, so we'll probably end up beating it on stream and making a couple videos of it afterwards. So if you want to get your hands on Yoshi's Crafted World, that does come out this Friday, the 29th. Nintendo Labo is back at it once again with their 4th installment and set of gizmos and crazy gadgets coming April 12th. Nintendo Labo goes VR crazy, and they have a whole bunch of cool little gimmicks and stuff that you can do. The game comes with Toy-Con VR goggles, so you can see things obviously in first person. It comes with a Toy-Con blaster to play some rail shoot-'em-up games, a Toy-Con camera, so you can go deep sea diving and look at fish and everything with your cool VR camera. You have the Toy-Con elephant, which you can draw 3D objects and send them to your friends. You have the Toy-Con bird, where you can fly through the sky and just be a bird. You can pick up things off the ground, fly with your flock, stuff like that. And then you have the Toy-Con wind pedal, which is the one I just cannot understand. It works as like a fan. It blows air on you as you push the pedal, and you'll fly up, and you can play like these frog games and stuff like that. Kind of weird. I don't understand that one. But yeah, and then you have the VR Plaza and obviously the Toy-Con Garage, where you can make your own games and even play a preset over 60 mini games that you can play. That comes out April 12th, and it is for $80. Last but not least, we have Nintendo Direct info to talk about. Obviously, leaks and rumors are starting to appear again as we get closer to E3. E3 is obviously in June, and as we get closer, we're expecting at least one more Nintendo Direct to get us excited for the E3 showing. This is normally what Nintendo does. We normally get about 1 or 2 Nintendo Directs before the main show this summer, so I'm expecting one as well. As the rumors come in, we're getting rumors saying April 11th could potentially be another day, which is just 2 weeks from now, so keep an eye out on that. We don't know if this is going to be something true or this is going to be something that people are making up. But personally, I am expecting a Direct sometime in April. I'm expecting the Direct either to be mid or late April to give that good kind of gap cushion so that you can wait for the Nintendo E3 presentation. As far as what they're going to reveal during this Nintendo Direct, I have no clue. Once again, the rumors coming in, they're saying more 3DS titles. They're saying remade games into the 3DS, such as Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. I know, it's crazy. And other stuff along that. But I don't think the 3DS is going to continue on. I don't think any of this stuff is going to happen. I'm just waiting for the Direct. So I think Nintendo's going to touch on a couple of titles, but one thing that I really want to talk about is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think this is going to be a big part of the show. I think Nintendo is going to really hammer down on this version 2.0 update with the whatever game modes it has to offer, which is probably the home run contest and the stage builder. I wish there was a little bit more, but, you know, that's something. And then they're obviously going to release Joker probably right after the show, so I'd expect that. Another thing I'd expect is potentially another character reveal. I don't know if this is something that's going to be waited for E3, or I don't know if they have a character that's ready to be revealed right now during the next Nintendo Direct. So if that character does get revealed, it could potentially launch the same day as well. Nintendo's known for doing that in the past. They did it with Cloud Strife when it was this big reveal, and he launched a couple hours afterwards. So I would keep my heads up and pay close attention to what is announced during these Nintendo Directs and get your Nintendo Switch ready. If you have not purchased the Season Pass, I would do so very soon, as April is rounding the corner, and you know Nintendo likes to throw things up in a while. There may not even be a Nintendo Direct for Joker. Joker may just pop up and say, hey, you can get this character now, similar to what they did with Piranha Plant. So if there's any type of leaks or rumors ahead of time as to when Joker will drop, I will be sure to let you know first. Well, that is it for all your latest news and updates regarding everything Nintendo. I was your host, Landon Strauss. Thank you guys for tuning in today. And if you liked the video, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're returning, hit that bell so you can stay updated on all things Nintendo. And especially as we get into the month of April, there will be lots of videos regarding Yoshi's Crafted World and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate updates and DLC. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one. See ya.